Hi, we have seen earlier that PN code is used, that is a PN sequence is used in a speed spectrum CDMA system. So now we need to see that how to generate that PN sequence. Okay, so now here we are having, you can see that there are the multiple 15 stage generator. So there are the multiple phase shifter. So now the length of that PN stage generator is depending upon that how many shift registers are present in the PN sequence generator. Here the 15 shift registers are there. So length is depending upon that 15 shift registers. So that's why we can say that it is about a 15 stage PN sequence generator. Now we can have a 15 shift register there. If you see the figure, the output of 14 stage and a 15 stage are modulated added and fed back to the input there, and that's why we are getting the sequence generated. That is the maximum length of the sequence is nothing but what we are having a 2 raised to n minus 1 bits. The sequence generated is a periodic and repeats with a periodicity we are having for the whatever the bits we are having generated, that is 2 raised to n minus 1 bits, and that maximum length is obtained we have for a certain shift register which are used in the feedback there. Then that output that generating here we are having using those particular feedback and all, that is a modulative addition and the power of how many shift registers we are using there. So we can have a polynomial of 1 plus x raised to 14 plus x raised to 15 there. So that is about a PN generator for that is a general polynomial for the given particular figure. Now there are the several properties of a PN sequence generator that if you consider that we need a synchronization of a two sequence generated at different places in spreading the spectrum of the signals or generating the high speed sequences there. So that's why we are having a properties we learn. It is having the ones and zeros occur with equal probability. Adding a shifted version of a PN sequence gives a same PN sequence in a different phase. High correlations we are having, or you can say that it is having a equal runs of ones and zeros. It is having power spectrum which contains all frequencies with a given overlap. It is just like a random sequence is a random within its length of ones and zeros, and that is distributed randomly in the sequence there. So the total number of 1 and 0 are almost equals in this particular PN sequence there, and that are having the probability of occurrence of 1s and 0s. So that's why we are saying it is equal runs of a 1s and 0, and that is a condition of a non-randomness. If we consider that a PN sequence generated with a 4-bit feedback shift register, so then our polynomial will be of what 1 plus x raised to 3 plus x raised to 4. That is for the 4-bit shift register there. And then that sequence it is generated, that is about 2 raised to 4 minus 1 because of the 15 bits. Okay, that sequence repeats with a periodicity of a 15 bits here. So here's the simple one, a digital correlator here. So it's used to generate that PN sequence here. So we are having a modulative addition, a code reference generator, shift registers, and we are getting the output of a PN sequence for the given correlations. Okay, so then next we can have we can consider that, okay, we have this one slide here. So now that whatever the signals we are having in the given random case, they are having the, for the given particular polynomial, they are having the corresponding waveforms here. Now this waveforms is saying that is about a autocorrelation properties for the given particular signals. We can say that multiplication of bipolar signals here, that is figure saying, and this is the XNOR operation of a binary signal, and this is to be used to generate the symbols of whatever we are having for the given shift register. It's just like a autocorrelation sequence here. Then now we see that we are having a normalized discrete autocorrelation PN sequence here. Okay, and it is having the values of 1 and 0s, that is for a 0 shift and for a whatever the 1 by 15th of a shift there, because we say that 2 raised to 4 minus 1, so total shift is about 15 there. Okay, and then that shifting and adding of PN sequence, okay, so it results in the same sequence with the other shift, and the difference between this agreements and disagreements, because we are having the difference in the 1s and 0s there, it's always 1, which is the we are having a numerator of whatever the equations we are having. The product sequence with itself 0 shift result in 2 raised to n minus 1, because n we can say consider here 4, so there are the 15 cases here in this particular equation there. Now if you see the spectrum of a PN sequence, that it consists of whatever we are having the envelope with a sharp whatever we can have a shape of it, that what we can say that I think shape changes with respect to period of 1 by t. So means first null appears here in the spectrum, that is at a 1 by t period, and which is the code rate, or we can say that it is a clock frequency. The period t of a PN bit is called a chip. The period of a sequence is we can say that is a LT, because L is equal to what? That is about the total spectral components, that is 2 raised to n minus 1, and n is the number of bits we are having, or we can say that n, in the case we have consider that how many second that is period we are having. Okay, so L is equal to what? We can say that a 2 raised to n minus 1, that is spectral component. If our sequence is a longer, means it increases the number of spectral lines, and that is desirable for the feature of the space vector with a reduced separation. So this is about we are having a spectral PN sequence. Then we can say that a gold code generation with a 2 equal length PN generator here can have. Now generally we can use a different PN sequence for the different networks. Okay, so that's why a large number of a sequence with a good cross correlation properties are required. Okay, and we require a given length for the PN sequence. So sometimes we are having a maximum length sequence required of the maximum. So if we are having that 2 raised to L is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1, so it produces the maximum length sequence. For a given length of a shift registers, only few combinations of a feedback is used, that is used to generate the maximum length of the sequence. So there are restrictions on the number of different PN sequences that can be generated with the same length. So that's why a gold sequence or a gold code, as they are often called, to remove this particular constraint of the maximal length. So gold sequences are generated generally by a modulo 2 addition of the 2 PN sequences of the same length. You can consider that we are having the PN generator, we are having the PN generation 2, and it generated a gold code there. That is a modulo 2 addition of a 2 PN sequence of a same length. This one is the example we are having here. It is considered of a 5-bit shift registers, and we can generate 6 different PN sequences, each of length 31 bit, using a 6 different polynomials. Means this can generate what we can have 15 sets of what PN sequence that can be used to generate the gold sequence, and these combinations may exhibit a good cross correlation properties. So that's why for good cross-correlation properties, two sequences when compared bit by bit show a minimum similarity. So that's why a 2PN sequence generate a good sequence with a good cross term as preferred. A sequence is there. Then we are having, we can consider that, and that is about we can have a two preferred states and all. It is generating the good a sequence there. So this one we are having the addition of a pseudo noise sequence. Okay, consider here the equations we are having, and then we can consider this one is about we are having that code generation with a 2 equal length of a pseudo random keys, and here addition of a pseudo noise sequence is there. Okay, so this one is a simple example. We can consider that is about the addition of a sequence is there with a 2 sequence generator. Next, we can consider that here we are having a discrete sequence, a CDMA transmitter, and it is used mostly in the CDMA technique because according to that this CDMA, so it uses a PN code that is added directly by modulator 2 to the user's data, and it generates a signal that is useful for the PSK carrier. In this case we are having that we can have a clock rate of a PN sequence generally called the chip rate, which is much higher than the data rate. The spectrum of the data is a narrow hair, whereas the spectrum of a PN sequence is wide. Hence the transmitted data considered to be a wide spectrum. And at the receiver it is a replica of a PN code is generated, which is in phase synchronization with a PN code used at the transmitter. So that's why we can have that local PN sequence is modulated with a PSK modulation. You can say that PSK modulation, and a received signal is correlated with the locally modulated PN code to get back to the source data. This is about a simplified diagram we are having for the PS code, and here we are having the CDMA receiver. Okay, so we can have earlier PSK modulator. Similarly, we are having that PSK demodulator to generate the spread spectrum signal of a modulator 2 here. Okay, so this one we are having a CDMA transmitter and a CDMA receiver. Then data recorded by the PN correlation we can have. So the same we can have a data transmitter for the PN. Okay, so that is about the PN correlation data, and then we can have a data generator because we are having the PN data, and we are getting that particular data detection by the correlation with the PN code here. A simple earlier case we are having the transmitter and receiver, that is a synchronization. Then a PN detected signal that is about detected signal with and without receiver PN synchronization. Now in this particular case, we can have the spectrum, that is whatever we have generated, that is from the PN sequence. It is modulated, we say, and the correlation and the receiver produces the output at the data rate there. So we are having the SFD by F. Okay, that is about the spectrum, and that modulated signal. This one is about SCP, PK here we are having. Okay, that is about PK here. Okay, so that is about we are having spectrum modulated as a SFC and SFPK here. So this is about that is we can have a spectrum of a data sequence, spectrum of a PN sequence, and spectrum of a detected signal with and without receiver. These are about here. That's why it is thus we can say that we are having a DSCDMA receiver detects the signal by correlating the demodulated signal with the exact PN code at a transmitter. We can have a receiver correlations and all. This one is the autocorrelation of the PN sequence with the continuous shift. and it should